Dashlamo, an economics teacher from Tibettv school, and I'll be teaching class 11 economics. In class 11, we have two textbooks. First one is introductory microeconomics, and the second one is statistics. And I'll be taking the first chapter from introductory microeconomics today. That is the introduction part, which comes for 4 months in your annual exam. And in this chapter, we will not go in detail, but we'll focus mainly on the important concepts. And in this board, I have written few important points which we are going to learn today. And the first one is micro and macroeconomics. Micro is the study of an individual economic unit, say, for example, individual household, individual demand, individual firm, or like studying about individual market. That is the microeconomics, that is study of an individual economic unit. Whereas macroeconomics is the study of economy as a whole. We are talking about the nation as a whole, like it is a larger or wider concept than microeconomics. So it will come for 1 marks for your exam with examples. The only difference is that one is individual and the other one is the economy as a whole. That is, the example you can give as here in this microeconomics, you can talk about individual demand, whereas in macroeconomics, you can talk about aggregate demand. Aggregate means the total or sum of all the demand for goods and services. That is the macroeconomics. Second thing which we are going to learn is the meaning of economic problem and the reason why does this economic problem arises. And the meaning of economic problem is that it is a problem of choice, which means that we have to choose from many options available for us. And the reason for the economic problem is mainly there are three reasons. The first one is human wants are unlimited. As we all know that human wants are never ending. When one wants are satisfied, many new wants come up. For example, like suppose if you have cycle today, then tomorrow you would demand for a new bike. Then when you have bike, then later definitely you will demand for car. In this way, our human wants are never ending. And the second reason for our economic problem is that resources are limited or scarce. By scarce or scarcity, it means shortage, that we have the shortage of resources. As Mahatma Gandhi ji has said that there is enough resources to meet the needs of every human being, but there are no enough resources to meet the greeds of human being. By which we know that the first 2 points are related. When the human wants are unlimited, we do not have enough resources to meet each and every want. And the third reason for our economic problem is that the resources have alternative uses, which means that the resources can be put for more than one uses. For example, like agriculture, it can be used for residential purposes, for agriculture purposes, for the construction of roads and railways, for transport. So therefore, from these many uses, we have to choose only one. Like land cannot be used for all the purposes. So from these many options, we have to choose one, since the land we have are limited. Therefore, these all three reasons are interlinked or interconnected. That is, first one is human wants are unlimited and the resources are limited. Therefore, we have to make a choice. And the third one is that the resources which we have are alternative uses. So from these many uses, we have to choose one use and sacrifice all other. Therefore, the economic problem or the problem of choice arises. Next thing which we are going to learn is central problems of an economy, which often comes for 3 or 4 marks. And this concept is very important. And we learn the problem of choice, that is economic problem. This problem of choice leads to the central problems of an economy. In this central problem, we have 3 problems. That is, first one is what to produce, and the second one is how to produce, and the third one is for whom to produce. Every economy or every market system has to take decision regarding these 3 problems. The first one is what to produce. It means that the producer has to take a decision of what kind of goods and services he needs to produce. For example, like whether he wants to produce consumer goods like rice, milk, cloth, car, shoes, etc., or whether he would like to produce capital goods like machines, tractors. For this first central problem is the problem of what to produce, whether to produce for consumer goods or capital goods, or whether to produce for luxurious goods or necessity goods. Luxurious goods is for the rich people, that is like air conditioner, cars, etc., and the necessity goods which are like food grains, etc. And the second central problem is how to produce. That is the problem of technique of production, whether which technique to use. There are two main techniques. First is labor intensive technique. Intense means greater. That is, in the first labor intensive technique, it uses more of labor than capital. In the second capital intensive technique, in this technique, it uses more of capital than labor. So in the second central problem, the producer has to decide whether to use more of labor or more of capital. So in a country like India, where we have a high number of population, it would be recommended to use labor intensive technique, as if we use capital intensive technique, uh, it would lead to unemployment in an economy. Third central problem is a problem for whom to produce. It relates to the distribution of output or income. And in the distribution of income, we have two: factorial distribution of income and interpersonal distribution of income. For like factorial distribution of income, it means that whenever we produce goods and services, we need four factors, that is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. And these four factors, they get factor incomes in return. For example, like for land, they get rent, and for labor they get wages, and for capital they get interest, and for entrepreneur they get profit. So this decision has to take who gets how much. And the interpersonal distribution means how income are distributed among the individuals and households of the society. And also the decision has to take in this problem whether who gets how much. That is also the distribution of output, whether to produce for the goods or for the poor. Like it also depends on the purchasing power of the people. If the people has more purchasing power, then the producer would go for luxurious goods, which would increase our GDP growth. And if the producer produce for the poor, that is like necessity goods, then it would definitely slow down our GDP growth, but it would lead to social welfare. So the main important decision which the producer has to take in this central problem is whether to produce for the rich or for the poor, and also depending upon the purchasing power of the people. So these are the three main central problems of an economy. The most important concept which we are going to learn is production possibility curve. In short, it is called as PPC. PPC refers to various combinations or various possibilities which a producer can produce given the resource and technology in an economy. For example, like in this diagram, this curve, it is called as PPC because the producer is able to produce good X and good Y given the resource and technology. Any point on PPC, any point on this PPC, it shows full utilization of the resources, and any point inside PPC, suppose let's say F. Any point inside PPC, it shows that the resources are underutilized, and any point outside PPC, let's say G, this shows that the resources are being overutilized. So in this way, it shows how PPC or the producer are able to produce various combinations, that is A, B, C, D, E, from the given resources and technology. And there are two main properties of PPC. That is, the first one is PPC is downward slope, which means that it slopes downward from left to right. And the second property is that it is convex to the origin. It is convex to the point of origin. Let's go to the first property. That PPC is downward slope. It is because that there is an inverse relation, or there is an opposite relation between good X and good Y. That means that when we are producing more of good X, we are sacrificing good Y. That is, these two goods, we cannot produce more at the same time. Since we have limited resources, we can produce more of good X only when we sacrifice good Y. Therefore, we have downward slope PPC. And the second one is convex to the origin. It is convex to the origin because we are sacrificing more and more of good Y. For example, in the combination B, in order to produce one more unit of good X, we are sacrificing 2 units of good Y. And in combination C, we can see that in order to produce 1 unit of good X, we are sacrificing 4 units of good Y. In combination D, we can see that in order to produce one more unit of good X, we are sacrificing 6 units of good Y. And in the last one, in combination E, to produce one more unit of good X, we are sacrificing 8 units of good Y. From this schedule or from this table, we can know that in order to produce additional unit of good X, we are sacrificing more and more units of good Y. These sacrifices, it is called as marginal opportunity cost. Marginal opportunity cost, it is the rate at which good Y is sacrificed in order to produce an additional unit of good X. This rate, it is called as marginal opportunity cost. And when this rate is increasing, when this marginal opportunity cost, when this MOC is increasing, we always get convex shape of PPC. And when this MOC, when it decreases, say like if we are sacrificing less and less of good Y, then our PPC will be concave to the origin. And when our MOC is constant, then we will get straight line production possibility curve in this way. But in like reality, our PPC is convex to the origin. Since we have limited resources, we have to sacrifice more and more of one goods to produce another goods. Therefore, we have convex to the origin PPC shape. So these are the two properties of PPC. And the next thing which we are going to learn is the shift and rotation in PPC. But before going to the concept, we should first remind ourselves the definition of PPC, that it is the curve which shows various combination or various possibilities of two goods which the producer can produce given the resource and technology, which means that the resource and technology plays a very important role in the production purposes. So in the same way, this shift and rotation also depends upon the growth of resources and technology. So let's go to the shift in PPC first. The PPC will shift either rightward or leftward depending upon the resource and technology. Suppose when there is growth in resources or when there is an improvement in technology, then the producer will be able to produce more. So the production possibility curve will shift towards right. And when there is reduction in resources or when there is an obsolete technology or the old or outdated technology, then the producer will not be able to produce like before. So the production possibility curve will shift towards left. That means he will be able to produce lesser than the before. Let's go to rotation in PPC. This PPC rotates outward or inward when there is an effect of resources and technology on only one goods. Let's go to the first diagram. That is here in this diagram, AA is the initial PPC curve and the new PPC curve is AB, which means that the PPC has rotated outward from A to B of good X, which means that there is growth in resources of good X only. That means that the resources and technology of good Y remains same. There is no growth in resources and there is no improvement in technology of good Y. So that's why the PPC shift rotates outward of good X. And when there is reduction in resources or when there is an obsolete technology of good X, then it will rotate inward. When there is reduction in resources, the PPC will rotate inward of good X. And let's go to the second diagram. In this diagram, there is growth in resources of good Y only, which means that the changes will take place only in good Y. Therefore, here the good Y, it rotates upward, which means that the producer is able to produce more of good Y, but he produces same amount of good X. And when there is reduction in resources of good Y, that is the opposite one. When there is reduction in resources of good Y, or when there is an obsolete or outdated technology in good Y, then the producer will be able to produce less of good Y. That means that the PPC will rotate downward. So this is the shift or rotation of PPC. It depends upon various performance of the resources and technology. So in your annual exam, the question will not come directly. It will come depending upon the real life situations in our world or in our economy. For example, like suppose if there is a flood in West Bengal, then what will happen to the PPC of West Bengal? So from this we can see that if there is flood, it will of course destroy our resources. Therefore, the PPC will shift towards left because there is reduction in resources. And let's take another example of suppose like Prime Minister Modi ji has introduced Save Girl Child and Educate Girl Child. It means that our girl child they be rich to do education and become educated, and in this way they will get more employment opportunities and also they will become more productive, which means that our resources will grow and it will lead to this rightward shift in our PPC. In this way, we learned the meaning of PPC, properties of PPC, schedule, table or diagram, and also we learned the rotation and shifts in PPC. In the end, I would like to sum up what we have learned in Tibetan. Tene teri nganzo ka jamna tongbo dila chikta keche dushuna samsra tongbo dila economic problem chila da economic problem dikhala na nganzo tamka chiki kangi chego lesra da dikhajin na ani resource di pe kombo chian maranz di deba di pe chenbo yudirwa an di kala maranz resource yugyo diya piju damunda yugyo an piju khandi keche tongsare on resource di tamka chego ki yudirwa di chikchen tene nganzo kangi zo sum maranz di ta chizo la da di kangi sum 조금 가지고는 안차라 관리를 줄때 오는데 가지면은 이 년이 쉬고는 쉬죠. 아직 리소스 공부에다 말한 적이 상바시선 제가 차상 변통 말에 제상 이 제가 관리를 줄때 오는데로 제가 수시 줄때 오는데 안차라 됐는 이제라 간다스 지금 탑남디 관리 부족당 보이나 예전 레버는가 저 디니들이 레버 망아 부족당 보이나 예미나 투지리 망아 부족당 보이나 제가 되지도록 근데 이제라 수치도 미교 줄때 보이나 초보 줄때 보이나 요즘에 직다 강의 가면 보시되고라 이렇게 수수기도 제가 되는 타치에다 가지면은 이것도 공부를 했어. 되니 안에는 되니 디제라 가자면은 이제 BBC production for critical 가 BBC 데칼라는 먼저 티지다가 티디다 먼저 강도 했어. 이 강도 같은 거라나 먼저 제가 이것도 그냥 리소스 테크놀로지나 그냥 이제라 이것도 된 투구리다. 이 티디 가면 그냥 담가도 이 바운더리도 쳐도라. 디기 치료라 그냥 이제라 된 투 맞다스라. 그냥 이 리소스 이게 차상 부족당나 제가 디고도 된 투구다. BBC 티디가 BBC की बुला यहाँ चला पिए है ना यहाँ से रिसोर्स दिखा चाहता है जी मुझे फिर तंग होना है संदर्भ यार चित्ता रिसोर्स फाड़ी है इसमें मेरा दिला मंजे की इस चित्ता BBC ना चाहिए हम BBC क्यों खाए ना चित BBC माँ दूसरों रेस्ट्रा तो दिमाग जो एक इंसान खाना ना अन चला नी की पारा जेवा दिखाना ना कोना चित जेवा दी इलेक्शन न्याम्बो टूमा रेस्ट्रा नी चला चित माँ तुम ना शंबा दे चला न्यू आते हो रेस खाजी ना अनी नी शुगर ना शी we have limited resources. The resource the combo is being managed to check out and Shiba the engine new town killers. Chala Chazan on the Penton restaurant, Cesar Maziki, any the Chalani Parla Java the Karate, the Niva Cho relation cover to be with Iraq, and Cesar Mazikita, the BBC some mothers downward periods that are, and the new the BBC of the Demonstration, convex rings, the convex Kajana, Maranti, Jala Chik, the Mama, the Jala Shiba, Mama and Nancy Great on the Kigger Resida, this is BBC the KJ Chan, the BBC the Kalana, Yama Dre Restra, BBC Niga Chazan Kadi Dulana, good extra good why, Chala Dini the resource technology yargi chimbarjina and PPC the shift is ya lapa ye da year to res la chala chik po ji ani kisi the resource technology yargi to na PPC the rotate chin is correct res la cho chik de rangja de chen cho shimba de ya ma chik ta ma chilo tin da ya bullet se to chin pa ji correct res la the demand ji de chik chang res la and in this first session, we learned micro and macroeconomics, which often come for 1 mark, and then the problem of choice and its reasons that comes for 3 marks, and then the semi problems of an economy, it will come for 3 or 4 marks. Then the production possibility curve, it often comes for 3 marks. You can expect the questions on the properties of PPC and also some questions related to our real life situation. And I hope you have understood the concept well, and thank you so much for watching.